Another Day with Smith, episode 2. I hope you're tuning in. I'm thanking you today for being able to tune in. Today, episode 2, we want to deal with pain management, on how I deal with my pain personally. I am Ronald Smith. I have sickle cell anemia, and I am 64 years old. So I've been around quite a long time, and from my experiences, I'm going to pull out from my experiences to share with you all the difficulties and all the horror stories or fights that I've had to deal with in my life with sickle cell anemia. It's a disease that it's a blood disease, blood disorder, and it causes, when the blood begins to sickle, it causes cloggage in the vein, and it cuts off oxygen to that part and area of the body, and it also causes crucial pain when the blood is not flowing right through your system that pumps through your heart. So out of 4 kids that my mom and dad had, I was the lucky one that ended up with SS disease, sickle cell anemia. My brothers, my sisters, they just have a trait. So I'm here today to share with you this information because many people wait too late, and they wait till they almost have 1 foot in the grave or they're already dead, and they never share positive information that can help somebody and that can defer and give them a little bit more comfort in life. Information is powerful, and however, if it's positive information, then it's excellent, and it can help you in every area that you need in your life. I just want to say that, like I said, many people go to their graves with books and lots of visions and dreams, and they're never discovered. So the graveyard is full of that. Dr. Miles Monroe illustrates and talks about that sometimes. When you have an opportunity, maybe you want to listen to Dr. Miles Monroe. But however, I'm here today to share with you my personal experience and my issues on how to deal with sickle cell anemia. And this is episode 2. The first episode, we talked about how much difficulties and pain and suffering that we go through with the leg ulcers. And I do have leg ulcers. I have 2 on my right leg at the lower ankle, and I have 2 that's on my left leg at my lower part of the ankle. And both of them are inward, and the other 2 are outwards on the ankles. So, but I'm here to talk to you about the crisis that we go through when you don't have enough fluids, when you're dehydrated, and you're running a temperature, or you just get up that day and you just don't feel full of the energy that you usually be full of, and you're feeling really tired and exhausted, and you have pain, and you may be having pain in your back area, your lower back area. You might be having pain there. You might be having pains in your legs. You might be having pain in your arms. Wherever there's a joint, amen, on your body, you're probably having crucial pain in those areas. And I'm telling you, to describe the pain is like somebody taking an ice pick. Now you hear me clearly. It's like somebody taking an ice pick and heating it up with fire all at the same time, and they're just jigging you and jigging you and jigging you and jigging you and jigging you in those areas, and jigging you and jigging you and jigging you and jigging you, all of those areas. And that's how the pain is. It comes on real strong and crucial, and it just sets you off into a place where you really don't want to be. And sometimes when you're having a crisis, it could hit you in the middle of the night, or it can hit you in the wee mornings, or it can hit you in the daytime, or the afternoon, or in the morning. It doesn't matter. But you have to take the time out. I've lived long enough to understand. My t-shirt says, I nailed sickle cell. Not just the fact that I've nailed sickle cell, but it's the fact that Jesus Christ died on the cross for all sickness and disease. So standing up under that shadow, that's what my shirt makes that statement. But I want to say is that we all, glory to God, have some kind of difficulties in life. And my firm belief and trust is in God. He's all I really have. I don't trust in nothing else but God. But I'm not trying to push Christ Jesus on you or push the Lord on you. I'm here to share with you powerful information about how to deal with your crisis when you have them. It's not a cure. It's just information that will help you kind of defend and combat the pain and cease the crisis down to where it will give you some kind of comfort. And I know some of you young sicklers, and I mean from ages 16 through 20, are in your 30s. I know sometimes when pain hits you really bad, you want to run or go to the ER. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're hurting, if you're in pain, your pain is out of control, you have to go to the ER when you can't do nothing else. My solution is when I can't do nothing else for myself at home, then that's the time for me to go to the emergency or go into urgent care to my doctor to get fluids, to get pain management, and to get the proper procedures that I need to help get me back on track, to knock the pain out and to get circulation increasing in my body. And it's not all the time that you have to have a blood transfusion. My hemoglobin sometimes is 5.1, 5.2, 5.7. It fluctuates ups and down. I've been to doctors and they seen my hemoglobin and they said, certainly you need blood because your hemoglobin is too low. And I will tell them, well, I function at that level. I don't need blood. I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna live, but I function at that level. And so, then they proceed to take their tests and all of that stuff and draw my blood and everything, and they find out, okay, well, I guess he does function at that real low level, because normally sometimes a sickler is at 7 point something or 6 point something, and they're feeling really good. But when they get in crisis, sometimes that hemoglobin, that blood level, it drops. Okay, so now to give you the proper procedures and things that I do to help fight the pain. When I'm having pain in my arms and they're just throbbing and throbbing and they're on fire and it just feels like it's just that ice pick, as I talked to you about earlier, there are some things that you can purchase on yourself or discover on yourself. These are heating patches, okay? And everything I'm going to show you, you always understand that you can look below at the end of this video, and all the information that I'm showing you, all the products that I'm showing you you can get that information at the end of this video. Okay, so now I would take these patches and I would cut them in certain, or have my wife cut them. She'll cut them up, or my daughters, whomever, will cut them up. And this actually is gives heat, and it generates heat. So if my arm is hurting really, really bad, I take this and I apply it, and it sticks to your skin. And I apply it and put it on just like this, with the help sometimes. But basically, let me get it together here first. I take, this is the top of a tube socks, okay? A regular calf tube sock, okay? And I cut this part off and use it sometimes for my arms, and the other part I use as footsies for my feet, okay? So what happens is I take this and I put it on like so, and I take the heating patch, the Salon heating patch, I take it, and there's a little clear thing on the back of it. You just tear it off so you can get to the stick part. Now it's sticky, it's ready, and then I take it actually and I place it where my pain is. And I'm having a little pain here today in this elbow, so I place it just like this, okay? And it's stick now. And then I take my tube, the top part of my sock, the tube sock, and I just pull it down over it like so, okay? And once it gets all locked in, you'd be surprised how these socks stretches. And so once I've covered the area where I have the patch at, then that area right there will generate heat and soothe and give me some kind of comfort of that nagging, throbbing pain that I'm having in this arm. So now that's one procedure that I deal with, and that's with the arm. If my other arm, if this arm is doing the same thing, well, I have another one I use for this arm. And so it's just the top of a tube sock that you would cut off, a regular calf tube sock. And I take the other parts and I use them, for footsies, for my foot. Okay? Now, I take, if I'm having back pain, if I'm suffering from back pain, like through the night, and it seems like that's the most testy times that the crisis will kind of crank up and hit at night. And so I would take this patch here, and I would have my wife peel the plastic part off, and she would take it and apply it to my lower back where the pain is. She applies it wherever the pain is. If it's at my lower back, or it's on my thigh, or if it's on my hip, wherever it is, the pain is bothering me, she takes it and applies it there. If she's not around, I'll try to apply it myself and get it at that right spot if I'm not hurting too bad, okay? So that's what I use to help kind of decrease the pain that hits your body. Other thing that we do is very important. This right here, black seed oil. Now this black seed oil, it's almost empty now, but I take a teaspoon of this every morning and before I go to bed at night, and it helps with your immune system and removes all that mucus and stuff that might want to set down on your lungs or what have you. And I take a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and apple cider vinegar is sold in any store, Walmart or any other stores you might want to go to and find apple cider vinegar. And I take 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in the morning to help. It helps increase energy and kind of get me going, and I'm not all humdrum and blah blah blah. So that helps. Okay, now the other thing that helps that I deal with pain, this is, glory to God, this is Shea. It's like raw shea butter, but this is sold by a Mr. Randall Johnson, and he makes this, and it has cannabis in it. And what happens is, after he mixes it up and makes it, you can take this, and I take it and I apply it wherever there's pain. And this, I use it like a cream for pain. I apply it there in them areas, and sometimes I even take it and apply it right on the ulcer. And I don't use any pills. That crushed up pill, I would apply this on the ulcer and then wrap it. Okay, now that product there, all of these products I'm going to show you at the end of the video. All the information will be there for you to receive it. Now this is a product that I use when you have any kind of little rashes or any kind of constant itching and all of that. And sometimes we as sicklers, we get those little rashes and them the spots that itches and they break out. And we take this cream here and we apply it. It's like a white paste cream, and you just apply it on the area that may have broke out a little bit, little tiny bumps or what have you. And I guarantee if you use it for at least 4 to 5 days, 7 days at the most, that area will be totally cleaned up and your skin will come back as smooth as it was. So this we use for that. And he created this. He made this medicine for his daughter because she suffered with emphysema, you know, that kind of skin that breaks out all the time. Now, the other thing is how to deal with the pain control. I was told by Pat Corley years ago. She was a nurse that worked out of California, Harbor, California. No, not Harbor, but UCLA. No, USC County, big county in LA. And she said that we should drink at least 3 of these a day. This is water, amen. I mean, good water. This water right here is actually alkaline water, and it's 1 pint. If you can afford it or buy it, you know, or get somebody to donate it to you, what have you, this is good water to drink for your system. And basically, when I can't get it, I'll just drink, you know, have my faucet water, but I would have it chilled and cold, and I'll drink it if I can't get the alkaline water. But the alkaline water is the best water for our system. So that's another good product to use. Now, she said we must drink 3 of those a day to help increase your fluids and keep your body, you know, from getting dehydrated. The other thing that I use when when the crisis is really bad and they're coming on, this is a heating patch. It's a heating compressing bind patch, and what happens is you just take it, and you can buy this at the 99-cent store. You can purchase this for $1, and you just kind of crack the bottom of the patch and, you know, squeeze it and move it around, and it'll start heating up on you. It comes with a little ace bandage in it, and you just take it and wrap it around that area, whether it's your back, your arm, your neck, and it will help soothe it from the heat. And they also have a cold patch that works the same way when you don't want the heat and you want something cold to cool it down and to freeze the pain up. This also works too, but they prefer us to use things that are more warmer and hotter so your blood don't clog, but it will still increase circulation, and other than the cold patch. But they're available at the end of the video. You can get the information where you can purchase these or pertain them for yourself. Okay. Now, the other thing that we deal with besides the neck pain and back pain and arm pain and leg pains, there is something that, sometimes we have to understand that up here in our minds, and we have to have good, clear thinking, and you have to get rid of that stinking thinking, and you have to have up here in your mind, not all the time, that you want to grab a pill or go to ER and get a shot, and to help control your pain. Sometimes you just need to concentrate and just kind of pray within as you concentrate, and just truly ask the Lord God, ask Jesus to truly cease the pain and remove the pain from your body, and I guarantee you it works, and it'll help keep you more so alive than taking all these substance and synthetics, pills and medicine, and putting them in your body. And one medicine causes this side effect and another medicine causes this side effect, and before you know it, you've taken all these different medicines that cause all these different side effects, and now you're sicker than you really were. So a lot of times you really have to think it through and know what you want to put in your body, and how you want to keep this body a temple. This is what you put in it is what you're going to get out of it. So, and I know a lot of you younger folks, may lean on cannabis to, smoke it and kind of help control your pain or whatever. But I'm going to be real with you, as far as I'm concerned, when I was younger, in my 20s, I would try cannabis, marijuana. I would try to use it to fight the pain. It never really worked for me. All it did was got you high, and then after it got you high, then you got hungry and you got the munchies, and then all you wanted to do was just eat everything and drink everything. And then before you know it, after you've eaten everything and drunk everything, you're sitting down, you're sitting around, and then you start getting paranoid for no particular reason. Side effect from cannabis, you're getting paranoid. Now every little thing move and shake you, you're jumping and moving. So, my advice to you young people that have sickle cell anemia, steer away from, those outside drugs, those outside drugs that can really do you more harm than that will do you any good. So take care of yourself, take care of your body. Now I'm just being totally honest with you. If you use that and it has worked for you, then hey, +1 for you. If it works for you, hey, I'm not knocking it. Whatever you got to use to, as far as keeping your pain under control, hey, by and by, I understand. But it didn't work for me. So I never use it ever again. So, You got to find out what really works for you, and then really get the breakdown on what kind of side effects that medicine has that can affect your body also. So, you know, you got to be smart, and then you also got to be safe, okay? Information is power, and once you use the information that you get that's right and it's good for you, then it will give you the power to manage everything else around you and to avoid complications with other things. So, and having crisis, sickle cell crisis, is probably the worst thing you can have. I've heard a young lady said it's worse than the pain of a woman delivering a baby. And because these crises, sickle cell crisis, will hit you in areas on your body where you never would have expected. And it can cause, every time you have a bad crisis, it causes damage to your organs and, you know, your inner organs. So you want to make sure that you can try to stay as healthy and mobile as possible. So this is what I've shared with you. I hope that it reaches somebody in the globe, that it reaches somebody around the world, that you can take this information and apply it and use it and be smarter and wiser and healthier. And I know I'm putting this out there, but you know, I know somebody around the globe might have a cure for ulcers, for chronic leg ulcers. Somebody around the globe might have a cure for sickle cell. They said they have a cure for sickle cell, and that you had to do the stem cell surgery and have the stem cell. And I've known some people, young people, that have had it, but you have to be young. You know, they want you to be in your mid-teens or your early 20s for you to even get stem cells, you know, transplant. And then when you get the transplant, you know, it don't take away your sickle cell. It takes away the crisis that you have. But if you decide to have children, they could still end up with one of your cells, whether it's SS or SC, you know, or the other one that we have. But you know, it's just like folks that are hemophiliac, you know, are people that there's one more that I wanted to share, and I can't call the name of it right now, but a lot of people have leukemia and lupus. You know, people suffer with these different things, and you know, there's not enough information that is given personally by people. You know, every information is given by somebody that's a professional doctor or somebody that has took it up under their study and have studied it for years and years. And I feel that if a person has something and they've dealt with it over 30 years, over 40 years, or 64 years, they should be able to explain to you and share with you that information and what they use, like I'm pouring out to you today and sharing with you little tidbits and how to fight and how to get a control and a handle on your condition, and make sure that it doesn't get any worse, but that you can live and have a normal life and enjoy the life you live, even through your struggles and through your pains and your difficulties. There's never a day that I'm going to hang my head down and I'm going to throw in the towel and I'm going to give up. No, we have too much to live for, you know. And I don't know, maybe this is my purpose that God have imparted to me to impart into you and you and you, to share with you. Maybe that's why I've lived there this long, or I don't know. But I'm finding out my purpose each and every day from God. He's so awesome. So my last words that I want to pour out to you in this last segment of this video: be strong, be encouraged. Please, sicklers, please, if you have sickle cell anemia, please take care of yourself. You want to last. You want to live. And you don't want to, we have too many young people that are dying too young. Too young. So please, save yourself. Try the best that you can do to help keep yourself moving, living, and breathing, and enjoying the life that God gave you. Shake off depression. You got to shake depression off. When you get depressed, you got to find something else that you need to do that will take your mind off of the depression. Depression doesn't do anything but bring on more sickness and disease. You want to have a good frame of mind where your thoughts are clean and pure, and you're creating things with your hands, or you're creating things with your mind, and you're drawing things, and you're putting things together, you're building things, or you're making things. Whatever your talents are, whatever your gifts are, pursue them. Pursue your dreams. You can do it. Don't give up. Hold on to all that was in you. Hold on. And know that you are the head and not the tail. You have the power, and you have the power source to continue to help control your life and keep your life in the right perspective. Be encouraged. It's my last words I say unto you. And if you meet somebody without a smile, please give them one of yours. God bless you. You take care.